I appreciate you guys joining me. This is what youth parents need to know about showcases and rankings, and that's our focus for today. This is a second part of my message to youth parents to try to create a little bit more awareness for you guys, because I know you're stressing out or you're just unsure, okay? One of the two, and FOMO is starting to come into play. And so this message is specifically kind of towards like a 13, 14, maybe a 7th, 8th grade freshman type of athlete, and for you parents joining me here is I want to make sure that you understand what the next couple of years could be like, or expectations. And the first thing to be clear is that your kid is not getting recruited today based off of what tournament he goes to this summer, or probably even next summer, or even the next summer, right? Until he's really a sophomore. Now, the one exception is that if your son has been with Team USA, then he might be on a radar of a top 25 school, or the school within his area, because they've heard about him before. They're still not getting recruited. Obviously, they can't talk. Well, I shouldn't say obvious. You might not know this. They can't talk to you until the summer going into your junior year on August 1st. That's the rule now. By the time your kid gets there in a couple years, there's a good chance that the rule changes, because college baseball is evolving. And, well, evolving might not be the right word, but changing constantly, and ebbs and flows, and the clarity of where it's headed is unsure. And so your first thought about, hey, does my son need to go to a showcase? Does my son need to get a ranking? No, your son does not need to have a ranking. Your son does not need to go to a showcase. Okay, what showcases are specifically are data collection. You go there to get some form of recognition of your data. You build a profile, and I highly suggest that you do not do that unless you are your son is developed. Sorry about the extra noise. That's when I do one on my athlete's porch. The athlete's porch is what I call it. I can't control that, right? And that's part of life, is understanding what you can and can't control. And so I'll tell you an example about the development portals. Like, I just attended a prep baseball report showcase at Stanford University, and they 150 kids. And there was one kid specifically who was 5'7", and he was a sophomore in high school. He was 5'7", 140 pounds. He looked like somebody's little brother attending the camp. Now, obviously, this player's good, but he's not recruitable, because he needs to grow. He needs to gain more weight. And so for you to go there and think you're going to get recruited, that's not the case. If you're going to go there and get measurables and see where you're at, well, that's one thing. But if you're undersized and underdeveloped, come on. Like, you're going to grow 3 inches. Your body's going to go through the waves of puberty. You're going to gain 15 pounds, 20 pounds in the next year, and then again 30 pounds in 2 years. And you're going to want to get new measurables, right? So overall point number one is wait till you're a little bit more developed. Wait till you have some muscle on there. Wait till you could actually swing the bat without the ball hitting the bat and going backwards. And on the pitching side of it, wait till you're stronger. Wait till you have a little bit more control of your body from that side of it, okay? Because if you throw 80 miles an hour, yes, that is a cool milestone for you as a 12, 13, 14-year-old, but it doesn't move the needle to attend a showcase or to get recruited. Number two is I'll say this anytime I associate youth, is there's the FOMO, because you don't know what you don't know. Everybody else is doing it. We've been to Perfect Game before. We're always seeing the rankings. They're posting about these guys attending all these great events, and we feel like we're left behind because our competition is doing it. That's not the case. Let me tell you about the parable and the story of the two axemen, who there's a young man who goes into the forest, and there's an older man going into the forest. Let's just actually, for the sake of it, There's two 13-year-olds going into the forest with an axe. The competition is to who can cut down more trees. Axeman A, we'll call him, goes out there, out of the gates, hard, max effort, boom, 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 and he cuts all day. He persists through it, and he's drenched in sweat, and he cuts down X number of trees. Axeman number 2, Axeman B, goes out, he cuts for an hour, good at same intensity, but then he takes a break. He goes into the shed, comes back an hour later, cuts more, goes back, takes a break, all day long. At the end of the day, who cut down more trees? Axeman B. Axeman A is like, what the heck? I tried harder, I did this, I was there, I put all the effort in, all of a sudden, Axeman A says, how'd you do it, Axeman B? He says, I was in the shed sharpening my axe. Oh. And so that's how I'm relating this to recruiting. It is, as a youth player, as any player, development is at the forefront. You want to get recruited, you have to be developed. You want to play professionally, you have to be developed. You just can't say, oh, I have good tools, I was good when I was 11, 12, and now all of a sudden it's going to be handed to me. No, you have to keep evolving as a human being. That's everybody's goal. But as a player, you need to do the same thing. You need to sharpen your axe. And so that's the idea behind waiting to attend some showcases, knowing that, hey, everybody's journey is a little bit different. Puberty sets in at different times for other people. And it's really important that you and your kids trust your own journey, your success. Okay, but the development of the human body, and this leads into our next part, is that you need to, during this age, you need to specifically invest in nutrition, body awareness, speed training, anything that could develop the athlete and the mindset. Those are what you should do. Everything else, you can play catch up at some point. But if you don't do it now, then you're going to be behind. Because the people that do get recruited in a couple years from now, when they're a junior in high school, they've been doing the athleticism, the mindset stuff. They've been working on fundamentals. They've been growing their bat speed. They've been working to sharpen their mindset. And as a byproduct of compounding time over 2 years, they start that recruiting process a little earlier. The people who don't get recruited are the guys that are the people that wait a little bit longer to start the development. And so put all your eggs in that development basket. Rankings do not mean anything to get recruited, okay? And just understand that if you're looking for experience to go and try a showcase out, then wait till you're a little more developed to do that. And so hope this helps you guys understand maybe what the next couple of years could be like. Tune in next time, subscribe. I'm putting all my content on YouTube in 2026 and moving forward. Try to draw the traffic here, and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, whatever it may be. You can see more of that information in the description. And if you're curious about why I'm sitting on my porch doing this, is because this is what I call the athlete's porch. I have a podcast series on YouTube that I do my episodes on, where I have a player or a topic, mental model, and I break things down with them or about them to help you understand what it takes to get to the next level. And it's not easy, and that's the point of this. Is I want to create some more awareness for you guys moving forward, that this is not easy and the best ones fail the most. We'll talk to you guys next time. Subscribe, follow along. Take care.